So I was able to find the guitar that Eno uses here in Guilty Gear, and it's the Duesenberg. I think that's how it's pronounced. The Star Player 2 in Surf Green, which is going for auction for like $6,000. So I'm not buying it for $6,000. But if one of the newer guitars is like within the single hundreds, I mean, not this, like under $1,000, you know, maybe I'll learn guitar on top of piano. Just be like an everyman for music. But speaking of music, fucking Guilty Gear. I remembered that maybe I should use the Rev 2 opening theme.
Guilty Gear Exar, Rev 2.
Now, if I remember correctly, we beat Kai's story last time, so we're just gonna jump right into the episodes. So yeah, sit back, relax, let's watch some Guilty Gear story. Yo, how's it going, Ashen Hunter? Glad you could join us. We see here Axel Lowe drinking, which is, you know, if you're in the Guilty Gear universe, it's probably something that you're gonna do. I did not know that Sol Bad Guy had a motorcycle that looked like his sword. That's top, I love it. So, cool thing about Zappa, he's possessed by ghosts. Just a lot of them. There's one, like, specific ghost that's important, but he's, like, he is really good at getting possessed. And his original design kind of had, like, a Dio vibe going along it, with, like, the hearts everywhere. He even had, like, a heart headband, if I remember right. It was crazy. Good evening, Marcus. Very nice to see you. Just kidding, we're not doing accents. That's for Vishenko, the vampire casino overlord, who is... I can't say that he's resting in peace, but he's definitely resting. I don't know if vampires, like, necessarily go to hell. I guess it depends on what they do. I mean, if I remember Castlevania, the animated series, correctly, like... even Dracula got to hang out with his wife in the afterlife, so, you know. Lizard Folk Wizard, who only uses Ice Magic. Ooh! Wouldn't... that would mean that he's, like, specifically weak against his own magic, too. It'd be kind of cool to design him, like... or them, I guess, because you never know. To have, like, just winter clothes and, like, maybe a lantern or, like, some kind of fire to keep them alive while using ice magic. Izzard the Lizard Wizard, who summons a blizzard and his favorite food is a gizzard. Can't believe I said that correctly, but that's a... I mean, that's not alliteration, but that's a lot of zzz. It's a lot of zards. God, that reminds me of, when I was a kid. Well, not necessarily a kid. When I was growing up, I guess. There was this MMO called Adventure Quest. Like, that... already, that's the most generic title ever. But, like... Oh, you know it? Oh, that's great. Yeah, there were these enemies called Zards, and they were just like different types of, you know, lizards or dragons or whatever. Adventure Quest worlds all the time? Oh, man. No, I was like OG Adventure Quest, like, God, when did that, hey Google, when did Adventure Quest come out? Yeah, God, I would have started playing Adventure Quest, maybe like 2 years after it came out. Because if it came out in 2002, I got a computer in the household for the first time in 2003. And I think I found out about, like, online games shortly after, so. Because Elphelt and Revelator are, like, friends. Also, yeah, the world will end if Elphelt merges with Justice. That's a tiny problem. 2007, 2008? Okay. Oh, jeez. God, that face on Axel! I mean, like, so Saul was a magic physicist in 2016, and if I remember correctly, Axel was abducted from 1998, so it's kind of cool because technically Axel would have been abducted around the game's release, like the first game's release, which is kind of cool. Man, what other old computer games did I play? I mean, of course, like, I played MapleStory. Axel was abducted in your birth year? Oh, man. Maybe you carry on his spirit. The spirit of 1998 Axel Lowe. Also, I say abducted, but that's kind of a strong word. He was forcibly time traveled by some unknown means. But now he can't travel through time anymore. New favorite meme template? Oh, yeah? Sick castle. That foundation, though, is fucked. Oh, the think mark think. Yeah, that one's a really good meme template. I also like Omni-Man pathetic. Man, you know, technically we could have a watch party for Invincible. Wish you had Amazon? Yeah. I wish that watch parties didn't rely on Amazon Prime. Yeah, it's got J. Jonah Jameson as J. Jonah Jameson, but with superpowers. Man, Zato's got a sick coat. Also, I've been ignoring this the entire time, but it's a bold fashion statement for Milia to just wear a license plate on her hat. When somebody asks, like, did you get the license plate of that truck that just hit me? When they get fucking decked by Milia, she can just point to her hat. A hilarious version of Discord? Let's check that out. When you don't have pictures of Spider-Man. God, that's good. Also, geez, I should probably clear my reward request queue. I've got like 73 hydrate requests that I've done since the last time I cleared it. There we go. Yo, Undead Dragon, nice to see ya. Oh, and time to hydrate. Thanks for the hydrate, Ashen Hunter. Carson learned from his mistake. I learned from my mistake by, I put a time limit on the hydrates. I reduced the redemption to 25 times per stream, and each person can only redeem it 10 times per stream. I had to make a few rules so that I don't die. Haven't been here more. Oh, it's fine, Undead Dragon. I'm glad that you've been. Well, I'm glad that you came today. Had to do something forbidden? Ooh. Did you summon Exodia? Because that's impossible. No one's done that before. You cooked, use it. Oh, jeez. I'm so sorry for your loss because, like, even if it turned out okay, that means it's still lesser than it could have been. If you have a good meal, if you use better meat, you could have had an amazing meal. And it's alright if you forget Undead Dragon, like... Don't sweat it, dude. The fact that you're here now, you know, makes me happy. I'm happy when any of you guys join me in hanging out. Use extra taco seasoning to mask it, but then you use too much. Oh no. Extra tomatoes and lettuce and cheese and sour cream. Oh god. That is a recipe for disaster. Aruto Janite! Wow, I just fucking destroyed my pop filter. Get back there. That was the most hardcore Aruto Janito I have ever done. I caused collateral damage because of it. And now I gotta fix my... There we go. I'm still not used to this being here. And, I mean, listen, you can buy Cool Ranch Doritos tacos, can't you? So... Oh, wait, I don't want to play online. I want to play arcade. We gotta do someone's episode. Whose episode's next? I can't see. Oh, Jacko. Okay, so you guys don't know who Jacko is. That's Jacko Valentine. I don't know how to play as her. Only noticed I was streaming because you were looking through Twitch. Hey, that's the best way to do it. That also means that I show up on Twitch, so that's good. Re-downloaded Fallout 4? I should play that again. And if there is one thing about this game that you will notice, it is titty. Also, please welcome Jacko Valentine. Jacko has really cute hair. It's like stalking, but red. Considering giving Fallout 76 a try since it's been updated so much? I hear that, like, it's not worth buying at full price, but it's now worth buying at a discount, so... Lusamine hair vibes? Oh yeah, I kind of get that.
だから友達が少ないのよ。本当、私自身がこの解決に専念できないことが歯がゆくてしょうがないわ。身体機能そのものに不調はないみたい。
Oh, I'm so sorry for your loss, Marcus.
時代の認識も兼ねて。外の空気を吸ってくるね。え？ちょっと待って。やだよー。バイバイ。
Bye bye. Drew your D&D character and just posted it in the Discord? Ooh! Here, give me a sec to... Ah, Jacko's great. She's gonna kick a lot of ass. Specifically, Leo Whitefang's ass. Just a general sketch, well, let's check it out. Give me a sec. Ooh, that's really well done. Here, give me one sec. I have like a tablet laptop, so I can make things bigger if I pinch the screen. Oh yeah. I really like the horns and the side-swept hair. It's a good design. Alright. Maybe I should take a look at Jacko's commands. Backwards fireball slash. Rotate one circle and punch. Interesting. Wow, Leo's fucking destroying. What the fuck did I just drop? Why do they have health bars? Am I playing an RPG with Jacko? They leveled up? Hold on. There's a lot happening right now. Rider kick! Alright. Yatta. She's a tiefling? Okay. Let's start with being quiet. It's a good thing to say to your opponent. I'm trying to write a campaign setting, and I'm playing around with what, like, tieflings and Asmar are, and what they can be. I'm playing around with the idea of having, like, a fallen angel-style Asmar, where they have, like, aspects of tieflings and Asmar. Yeah, well, the idea for the campaign setting is that, like, I'm taking from a lot of mythology in general, but the idea is that there are different worlds that each have, like, their own world tree, right? And half the worlds have a world tree that goes up, and half of the worlds have a world tree that goes down, like, into the planet. And the idea is that the roots start to develop, and once they grow long enough, they'll intertwine with the roots of a world tree that's going the other way. And this causes a merge, triggering an apocalypse where the worlds start to come together. And the players would be under, like, in the place where the roots are touching, where the worlds are starting to actually come together. And the idea is that the worlds with the trees growing up will be a high magic world, and the ones with the tree going down will be a high technology world. So everyone would have to deal with both magic and technology. And then, like, the whole conflict would be that the players would have to decide how to solve the apocalypse, whether they want to return the world to, like, the worlds to the way that they were, or keep this merged world, or what have you. And then they would have, like, another character that wants the opposite. I took some heavy inspiration from Shin Megami Tensei. I'm glad that you like the idea. And yeah, where mythology comes in is that you'd have the, like, the deity pantheon of Dungeons & Dragons, so you'd have, like, Palor and Tiamat and what have you. But then you'd also have, like, from the technology world, our gods and such. So, like, you know, you'd have angels, you'd have demons, like, Lucifer would be, like, a divine being. Sorry, I'm just trying to beat Answer up. Because he is going down like a bitch somehow. There we go. And yeah, you'd have stuff from other mythology, like Ipondatara, which is like a smithing god from Shinto, or I guess he would be a yokai. Or like Mothman, cryptid, stuff like that. Two halves of the same coin. Asmar being the heads, Tieflings being the tails. That's interesting. I'm playing around with the idea that it's not good and evil, it's order and chaos. So you can have a Tiefling that's all about doing the right thing, but they also prioritize freedom. Or you could have, like, an Asmar that's all about creating, like, the perfect structured world, no matter what it costs. Because in my opinion, like, good and evil are subjective, because I won't say every, but a lot of well-done villains are just good in their own stories. Like, they're trying to accomplish a goal that they think serves them well. So having law and chaos as the foundation, I think, is a lot more fun to play around with. So a YouTuber you watch explains yokai and kami like this. Yokai and kami are the same thing, just differently worshipped. Was seen as a kami by one person, can be seen as a yokai by another. Yokai are unworshipped kami, and kami are unworshipped yokai. Interesting. One thing I really appreciate about Shintoism is just how much of a background religion it is, I guess, in Japan. Because, like, you can be a hardcore Buddhist, but then, like, you stop at the shrine to Inari on your way home and, like, offer a little prayer. Well, like, it feels like, you know how in recent times, like, the console war is all between the Xbox and the PlayStation, and then everyone just gets the Nintendo system? It's kind of like Shinto is the Nintendo system, and then like whatever your other religion is, it's layered on top of that. waters of life in one village and a destructive force in another? Yeah, absolutely. Stinga. Let's do another rider kick. Another idea that I like about my campaign setting is how am I going to implement a D&D character trying to figure out how to use a computer? And actually, going back to a previous Guilty Gear stream, you know, the magic cell phones. Yeah, her name's a pun. Because her face looks like a jack-o'-lantern. Mm-hmm. It's also a musical reference, because some people actually call Michael Jackson Jacko. So... Dizzy is Dizzy's the best magical girl. If she wins, she also has like animal companions that hang out with her. Like she'll get sad because she beat the person up, and then a squirrel will come and help her out and make her feel happier. Big bad evil guy would be someone trying to have just chaos or just order, but with one you can't have the other. Mm-hmm. An idea that I'm playing around with is that the player characters would have a rival, I guess, trying to, like, from an opposite world, trying to influence the creation of this next world. So, like, if they want to restore the worlds back to what they were and separate them again, this other character will, like, work against them and try to bring the worlds together and keep them merged. But yeah, it's definitely the best idea to have somebody that needs, like, other characters that are pushing for order and pushing for chaos. And that's the theme that I want to go for. Just how order and chaos can be used for good and evil. Like, I want to go through the relationship between those. And yeah, she's an Epic 7 alongside Elphelt and Baiken. God damn, this is a beautiful stage. Chaotic evil and chaotic good are the same alignment, just different goals. Well, yeah, I mean, a person pushing for chaotic good, like, can be seen in the eyes of others as chaotic evil. Because good and evil are subjective, but the chaos part is, like, still, like, a cemented factor. Order and chaos, I think, are way more solid alignments than good and evil because they are less subjective. Chaotic neutral just doesn't exist. I've always interpreted chaotic neutral as the perfect player alignment because it's basically, I do what I want. It's not like true neutral where it's like, I have no opinion one way or another. It's, I do what I want without the instruction of others. That's what chaotic evil is? Not necessarily. Chaotic evil is all about, in my opinion, doing what you want at the detriment of others. Like, with chaotic neutral, you might be like, this would kind of suck for somebody, so maybe I won't do it. The neutral part is flip-flopping around. Like, you know, you have a scale, and you make enough decisions on both sides where it kind of balances out, and that's where I see the neutrality. You know, you might steal that sword from the merchant because, I want it. But, you know, you're kind of hungry and you see some bread and, you know, it's on an old lady's windowsill and you're like, it's an old lady, I won't do it. I will rule over this land. Neutral evil, get out of my way. Chaotic evil, those are some tasty-ass orphans. You finally actually made your character? Nice! Oh right, we already watched that cutscene. I failed the last time. Oh wait, hold up. That's P, that's K. So does that mean that I can put down like a slash or a heavy slash? Oh no! My grab didn't work! Yeah, I can. That's neat. There we go. If you're ever upset, just punch an orphan. What are they gonna do? Tell their parents? Exactly. And damn straight, he knows. She's hard. Her Guilty Gear X counterpart is even harder. She plays like a bullet hell shooter in a fighting game. Sorcerer Rogue, and when her brother is in control, she uses Rogue. When she is in control, she uses Sorcerer. Interesting. If you end up playing her in a campaign, though, you have to remember that you'll have to level up them separately unless you specifically talk with your DM. Because I've played with 2 different character sheets before, and it's worked out fine. It's just the communication part that people gotta remember. It's a cool idea, though. You want to have it as 1 character sheet, not 2? I guess you can do that. I'm thinking more for organizational purposes, though, because they have such different, I guess, play styles. It might be easier to keep track of if you have 2 character sheets that basically say the same thing, but they tell you which things you can do in each different form, you know? Saul's weapon looks like a giant lighter? Yeah! Well, if I remember correctly in my Guilty Gear lore, he has, like, the Fire Seal sword, which is sort of like, it's the part that he's gripping. And then the lighter part is a casing that he put around his original weapon. And there's, like, this spell component. I think it's, like, the Light of Creation, maybe? So, I could be wrong. But, it allows him to cast better magic, I guess. There's this one spell called Saint Oratorio that just fucks everything up. And he can, like, create mini versions of it. Using D&D... Oh, yeah, if you're using D&D Beyond. I'm talking about, like, on paper. Like, when I was playing my Summoner, I had an Eidolon that was basically another character. And I couldn't imagine not using a separate character sheet for it. Don't like his name, bad guy, but yeah, he's the hero. Technically, his real name is Frederick Bulsara. But, a philosopher gave him the name Soul, and then bad guy was just another thing, and he went with it. She gained muscle memory for... Okay, that makes sense. So she's like almost half made out of Saul's girlfriend. Yeah, so basically Jacko is like a patch for Justice. Because Justice is Arya, but some fucking bullshit. And when Jacko is fused with Justice, that will kind of make Justice not a piece of shit anymore. Jacko also doesn't have all of Arya's memories, but she feels some love for Saul. God, Guilty Gear lore is fucking crazy. Excited to play her. She's your most fleshed out character. I'm glad that you are hyped. I feel the same way with my current D&D character, Luna. Throughout the course of the campaign, like, he's just... I think I've played him way better than any other D&D character I've played. Not as crazy as Metal Gear lore or Kingdom Hearts lore. Oh, that's tough to compare, though. Well, that's good, Undead Dragon. This song's called NSFW, by the way. See? NSFW. As I've stated, we're not skipping the credits because the music in Guilty Gear is too good. Old Warlock was packed to the chain? Okay. The little, a little black dragon? That's so cute. Bahumbit? Aw. The last time I played 5e, I played a College of Glamour bard, back when College of Glamour was still in playtesting, called Jacob Blanche. And the idea is, huge, like, rock star got too big for his britches, and just like Jack Black, challenged a demon to a rock-off for some crazy shit. And he lost against the demon, and the demon was like, okay, well, I'm going to take your life away from you. And basically changed his race from human to dragonborn in a universe where dragonborn are kind of looked down on, like they poop in buckets and stuff like that. And basically took away all of his fame. And throughout the campaign, I had to play as my own character's cover band. Like, he was covering himself, because he was in a completely different body. But he still had all the talent. And I played him like a himbo, where he was like... He was a genuinely decent guy once he was humbled. But he wasn't there in the head. He made friends with the Quetzalcoatl, and got a bunch of its feathers. And didn't realize how big of a feat that was. He just thought, oh, I'm gonna make a sick costume out of these feathers. Do I watch Critical Role? I'm afraid I don't, sorry. Number one, there's just a ton of Critical Role that I need to get through in order to, like, actually know what's going on. And I just don't have the patience to go through it. But again, I have heard amazing things about it. So. Plus, I like Matt Mercer. He's a great voice actor. Just not a fan of the fan base? Oh, man. I think that's why I don't... There we go. I never take part in fandom myself. The only one that I take part in is Dingo's, and that's just because, you know, of my contribution to it. Like, I am a fan of Guilty Gear, absolutely, but I don't take part in the Guilty Gear fandom. Yeah, I mean, God. I guess there is a Carson fandom. You have a Critical Role hoodie? Ah, that's great. There's something about having merch from stuff that you absolutely love, right? Oh, time to give my cat a treat. Thanks for redeeming a treat, Marcus. Smokey. It's also so comfy. Ah, that's great. My favorite piece of clothing, like fandom clothing that I have. Give me 1 sec. So, I'm sure you guys have seen the purple jacket that I wear a bunch. Let's see if I can find a picture here. Where are you? There we go. Now I just need to open my display capture. I said I need to open my display capture. There we go. So this is Shotaro Hidari from Kamen Rider Double. In all his glory. Come on. That's his jacket. Okay. Ah, here. I may as well, turn on my webcam. There we go. I have a replica of that jacket with the... not that side. With the Windscale logo and all. I know I just threw it, but I really like that jacket. See? And it's got the logo right there, too. There we go. You got the shit scared out of you when you were playing D&D? Ah, that's great. Actually, did I ever show you guys the thing that Felix made for our D&D campaign? Like, he made a physical prop that we had to interact with for our, I guess, Halloween one. Let's see. Luckily, Felix doesn't post a lot of pictures, so I can probably scroll through and find it. Come on. Gross thing that I had to put my arm in. Where are you? There we go. So, in our D&D campaign, we were in a flesh cave. Not the one that you're thinking of, but a cave that we had to traverse, literally made out of, like, gross meat. And, there was something that we needed in that place. and we found it in a hole in the wall, and we had to reach our arms in to this. We had to reach our arms into that and grab stuff that was in there. It was. Yep. And this was the stuff that we needed to grab. So there was like a note, a gem, and a Rolodex. Or sorry, no. There was a note and the gem inside of the puzzle capsule. And we had to solve the puzzle. So yeah, reasons why Felix is one of the best DMs ever.
Story.
Such different replies between you and Undead Dragon. Well, I guess between Marcus and Undead Dragon, since people don't know who I'm referring to when I say you. Oh, what's even better is that, like, he had the red vines in there to be, like, tactile stuff, and, there were, like, sponges that kinda made it feel like it was grabbing you on the way in. And, I mean, he also had lube in there for the saliva, so. Also, yeah, Soul Bad Guy's motorcycle looks like his sword.
あり得た未来だ。
それとあり得る過去。俺にはそのうち一つだけを選択できる力があるんだと。旦那、この意味わかる？
What's even better is that we had to act in character when we reached in.
どちらか一つを存続させれば、片方は消滅するってことだな。
So, like, the Corgi Knight who's all up about that stuff just, like, went for it. And my character, who's, like, you know, he was brought up in nobility, and he's, like, a detective, who's like, roll up my sleeves. He was like, I'm only doing this because I have to.
まあいい。それならもう用はねえ。
I haven't really talked about my current D&D character a lot, since most of you guys only really know about Arena.
なぜそんなことを聞く？ぶっ殺すとでも言ってほしいのか？
そうじゃないけど。自分でも
She would have said something like, no, I'm not getting paid enough for this. Oh, man. I don't blame you.
厄介事が増えるな、ごめんだ。
My character is a Kitsune Phantom Thief / detective. So, like... The reason that he stuck his arm in is because that was the only way to get out of the situation.
どちらがよりくだらねえか。
She may be a bard, but she's a pirate at heart? No, that's cool.
フレデリック状況は
I played a pirate relatively early in my D&D career. That's when I started getting into, like, actually characterizing my characters instead of playing tropes. One mechanic that I really liked about him was that he had 8 flintlock pistols, which means that he had 8 really powerful attacks during combat. And then that way, you know, he could shoot off 8 shots before he had to think about reloading.
帰ったら報告書を書けよ。
Doesn't allow guns or gunpowder? I mean, that's something that you have to talk to your DM about, too. Like, if it doesn't work in the setting, then it doesn't work in the setting, and I get that. They accidentally ended up blowing up the entire fucking world? Holy fuck. What's my favorite class? I mean, 3.5 has a fuck ton. But I guess... And also, with 3.5, I've been playing mostly homebrew classes. But my favorite classic classes that I've played have to be Rogue and Bard. I usually play the charisma character in the group. You know, somebody has to have a plus to talk things out, or like diplomatize or lie, so a lot of people, they take charisma as their dump stat, so I usually fill that role. And then rogues, like, God, the ability... One trope that I like is being the glass cannon. Being able to do a ton of damage, but if the enemy sneezes on me, I'm like 1 HP away from permadying. Like right now I'm playing Phantom Thief. While everyone's, like, we're level 15, and my character's HP is like 60. Like, Constitution was my dump stat. Just use potassium and water for a substitute to gunpowder. Oh, yeah. I mean, my character specializes, like, his craft skill is bombs. So, you know, he knows that if you take saltpeter, sulfur, and iron oxide, you can make gunpowder. One D10 cantrip that can only get stronger, no health. My favorite cantrip, though, is Vicious Mockery. I love having the ability to say you're a fuck, and then having that cause damage. Also, look at this fantastic animation compared to Sign. Like, there's a lot going on here. This is why I want a Guilty Gear anime. It's already happened. They just need to transform all the cutscenes into a show. Oh, do you one better, Marcus? Write Vicious Mockery into a scroll, send it as a letter, you can cyberbully someone to death. Yeah, I mean, it really depends on what your DM lets you get away with binding spells to items. But if you bind Vicious Mockery to a letter, write down, like, just, I don't know, your mom on a piece of paper, give it to somebody. Once they activate that scroll, they get hit. Again, depending on your DM, it might not be a thing. I was able to get away with it, because it was a while ago, but I played a character with a bunch of randos, where the idea was my character could cast spells, but not directly, they had to be bound to objects first. So, like, he couldn't cast heat metal. He had to, like, bind heat metal to an object. But the DM thought it was a cool idea, so they allowed it. I was like an item wizard. Yeah, go for it, Undead Dragon. A Vikinger is a person, while a Viking is Viking is an active. Interesting. It makes sense with the I guess the conventions of the Norse language. So, shot an arrow into an enemy that had no metal on it, and then casted heat metal on the arrow tip. That's cool. Heat metal is a war crime. You boil somebody alive in their armor, and I think that's great. when we were establishing what spells Irina could cast, because she's not an actual caster. Oh, by the way, that's Robokai. We gave her 4 rings that could be used to cast spells. Heat Metal, Chill Metal, Wall of Force, and Irina gets +4 to her DC. To her armor class. Wow, these kids are pieces of shit. I mean, I'd be down if these kids died. How about you guys, huh? Let's start a poll here. There we go. Apparently it didn't like the language that I used for child murder, so... Do these little brats deserve death? And that one wants to become a politician. Wow, they suck. Party of 4 spellcasters casted on a general while they're all hidden and run away. Yeah. That peace shirt doesn't back up what you're saying. Exactly. Represent what you wear. If your shirt says "Born to Die, world is a fuck," then you better be nihilistic. I guess you're from Stupid Street in Stupid Town from Stupid County. Cast Fireball on them? Damn straight. Also, 100% of votes went to yeah, they suck. So yeah, those kids deserve death. He can collect aluminum cans. He can walk your dog. Or something that I can't read because I suck at kanji. I mean, number C is probably that he goes like, you know? Robokai isn't above that. Spent 300 points for yeah, they suck. I mean, well deserved. So, Kai Kisk, on his belt, it says hope, right? And on Saul Bad Guy's belt, it says free. Robokai is like a mockery of Kai Kisk. So on his belt, it says ennui, which is like, I guess, boredom. Or basically like not giving a fuck. Which is kind of cute. Just because it's a royal library doesn't necessarily mean it has anything good in it. Just means that royal people own them. Yeah, it's our boy Faust.
はい。あなたは
覚えてらっしゃいませんか？しつこく先生を追っかけていた。世界一の名医という噂でしたので、もしかしたら僕の特殊な体質を治せるんじゃないかって。
Unfortunately, Dr. Faust is a doctor and not an exorcist.
霊感体質の完全に私の専門外でしたけどね。
耳が痛いな。ですがおかげで自分の進むべき道を見つけることができました。今は公務員なんですよ。霊障の観測を専門にしています。ところで先生はなぜここに？
はい。最近大量の患者を抱えてしまいましてね。初めて見るケースでしたから症例の情報を集めています。
大量の？先生、その患者とはどういった症状なのですか？
They've come down with a bad case of die.
患者のプライバシーですので。
黒の日の出。
Faust is that weird doctor dude? Crawls around the field? Yeah, that's him.
エリプマーブス式もどれも今日。
What, does he have a paper bag over his head? So he used to be this this character named Dr. Baldhead, who was like this master surgeon, but then went batshit crazy when he killed a patient on the operating table, and started like becoming a serial killer, conducting experiments on people. It was fucking bad. And then he found out that I believe it was Zato that killed the patient on his operating table. And then he snapped out of it and wanted to atone for all the serial killing that he did. So he put a paper bag over his head and started doing, like, doctoring for free. As a way to repent. Doctoring? Yeah, that's the technical term. You know, a doctor is a doctor, and a doctoring is the action. Just like Vikinger and Viking. I'm gonna go fishing. I have enough world dollars to do a 10 pull from the gacha. Ooh, I have 2 10 pulls. I got Elphelt number 11. And some digital action figures. Ooh, I got 2 pallets. Jacko number 8, Bedman number 9. And a bunch of digital figures. Did the team that did this game also do Dragon Ball FighterZ? Dragon Ball FighterZ was actually highly inspired by Guilty Gear, specifically Xrd. You'll notice that the shader looks exactly the same, right? Not only that, but it's developed by the same company, Arc System Networks. Or I guess Arc System Works. Shaders in the lobby area? Yeah! So, Guilty Gear Xrd came before FighterZ, and the FighterZ team was like, wow, that's pretty slick. Let's do that. And then they made FighterZ look like Guilty Gear. Next one is Ino. There she is. Can we get a cute color for Ino? Eh. Like everything. You like the black? The black one was nice. Here. I personally prefer, like, red Ino, because I love the contrast between the blue guitar and the red suit. But, we'll do the black one for you, sure. The black outfit on the dark skin's really nice. I also like the orange.
だが閉塞した世界は徐々に変化の兆しを見せ始めていた。彼女が求める明日はそこにあるのか。
I know it's overplayed, but I like the white hair on the dark skin myself. You know, like Archer from Fate's Stay Night, or Noi from Dorohedoro.
予定よりちょっと早く起こしちゃったけど、調子はどう？頭も体もちょっと。
Yeah, they're great.
外の空気を吸ってくるね。
え？ちょっと待って。あんたはここで私とお留守番。迎えが来るまでおとなしくしてなさい。
It's overdone, but it's still a great one. Exactly.
だだこねてんじゃねえよ。とにかくじっとしてろ。
そんなの退屈じゃん。バイバイ。
待って。レイブ、ジャック王がばっくれた。うるせえの分かってるよ。私も後を追う。てめえも手を貸せ。
Alright, let's see if I'm okay with Ino. I kinda sucked a lot with her. Meanwhile, here's Trenchcoat Fedora. This dude's abs have abs? Yeah. He is the Omega Chad. He's got a fedora, he's got a trench coat, and he's got a katana. Trench coat, fedora, katana. He's got an American name. Yep. He is what weeaboos should aspire to be. He actually runs a pirate ship with a full ensemble of orphans. Like, he's legitimately the best guy. And now Ino's gonna kill him. Looks like the type of guy to wear sunglasses at night. At night and indoors. Also, I just noticed that she has heterochromia. She's got one blue eye and one orange eye. Go too far, and I'll just reduce you to castrato. Ino just casually throwing out that she's gonna cut his balls off. Heterochromia on characters is not. It's. Again, it's one of those overplayed tropes that, I think has become, like, the epitome of edgy. I think my favorite thing is, like, heterochromia, but no one acknowledges it. It's like, yeah, this person has two different colored eyes, but no one cares. It's not special. Aw. That was a lot of underboob. Just a ton of it. Oh, that wasn't as clever as the last one with Johnny. Step up your game, you know. I know you got better than that. Someone sees a super edgy character and goes, oh my god, they are such a deep character. Yeah, like... You can be edgy, but when you're edgy to the point of parody, maybe you've made a weak character. Like Bakugo. Yeah, Bakugo's just kind of an asshole. I guess what's nice is that he kind of, you know, gets redeemed. Like, being edgy isn't his character trait throughout the series. He has other, like, things going on with him, at least. Yeah, and like if a character stays like that through the entire thing, like if they start and end the series being that guy, then that's bullshit. I cannot abide by that. Calling someone an extra is such an extra move. Exactly. I don't know a lot of these music terms, so I'm just gonna smile and nod. You sure showed him, you know, I guess, probably. Slayer, go eat that girl. One trope that I like is characters that are, like, really fucking powerful, but they're so powerful that they're bored. Like, Slayer here is a good example, but, like, I think that's why I liked One Punch Man that much. But I only like it when they're played for gags, when they're, like... Or like, they specifically have something going on that makes them not able to use their power. Like, Kobayashi-san Sama, you are the most powerful of us all. Why don't you help us destroy the mutants? And Kobayashi's like, I could, but I got a cold. Like, that's fucked. Have I ever been interested in the Assassin's Creed series? Yeah, I mean, I played 1 to 4, and then didn't really play anything else until the reboot. Like, I mean, I own Syndicate, but I didn't play it. And then, like, you know, Origins and Odyssey came out, and I was really into that. Highly recommend Valhalla? We'll see. I think I'm gonna get it when it's, cheaper. I still haven't beaten Odyssey. I still have to go to Atlantis as, Cassandra, so... Which, you know, I know that it was supposed to be ambiguous, but, like, Cassandra definitely feels like she was the one meant to be the canon of the twins. Alexios kinda... He fits the role of that guy a lot better, in my opinion. Cassandra is the canon choice? Ah, good. I was right then. But yeah, I'll probably pick up Valhalla at some point. I have a very busy June when it comes to video games coming up. Like, Here, let's see if I can bring up my sheet. Dogs. Yeah, because I'm getting Shin Megami Tensei 3 on the 25th. And then in June, I've got the Intergrade DLC on the 10th, Guilty Gear Strive on the 11th, Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart on the 11th as well, Scarlet Nexus on the 25th, and Disgaea 6 on the 29th. So that's like 4.5 games just in June. In Valhalla, you have a choice between male Ivor or female Ivor, or let the Animus decide. Animus chooses the female for most of the game until you reach spoiler here. Okay. Also, time to stretch. Give me one sec. I've come across a slight problem. I'm not going to be able to hear anything because of my current configuration, so we'll figure it out. You guys can just listen to the stretches. Oh geez, I just knocked a pin off my hat. Give me one sec. You guys cannot see me hatless. That would be a grave sin. To see underneath my hat is to see the face of God. Okay. You have too many shark coins? Yeah, they kind of build up, don't they?
Let's begin our static stretching.
Okay.
You won't need the ring con.
Doing the static stretching.
Be mindful of your body and stretch within
That's
the range
where
of
you
your
rub
ability.
Your socks up on the carpet and touch somebody, right?
Spread your feet, raise both hands, and hold your left wrist. While pulling on your wrist, tilt to the right and stretch your side.
I mean, hey, I really appreciate the fact that you guys are making me stretch.
Return to your original position,
Makes it so that I
switch
won't develop
hands,
blood clots
and
by
bend the
screaming.
other way. Tilt directly to the side while taking care not to
Come on.
slouch. Bring yourself back slowly. Raise
Man,
both
you guys
arms
can't hear
and
it,
pull
but,
down on your left elbow.
So when I was a kid,
Stretch your
I,
upper
went
arms while pulling
snowboarding.
your elbows
This
downward.
was like around grade 8. And another person decided to build like a pack of snow where they bail. And
Now do the
edge of
same
my
on the opposite
snowboard
side.
clipped that little snowpack and sent me tumbling down the hill.
Be careful not to
And
let your head
I
fall
broke my
forward.
wrist, but I have a really high pain tolerance, so it didn't really feel like it. I just was like, wow, I'm in pain. I should probably like get the ski patrol to check me out.
Bring yourself
I
back
put my arm
slowly.
to a splint and I got
Put your
picked
right
up
foot
and
forward
they asked me, like,
and
hey,
cross your
Carson, how
legs.
you feeling? And I'm like,
Bend
you
your
know,
body
wrist is
forward
kinda sore, but
and stretch
whatever.
the back of your left leg.
And they saw that as like, oh, Carson's fine.
Hold it like that for a little longer.
Let it go. And my mom's like, okay, well, I mean, you probably just pulled
Straighten
it.
up and switch legs.
So we'll just let the splint do its work and whatever.
Start bringing your fingertips close to your back leg.
Oh, jeez. Have a great night,
Breathe
Undead Dragon.
slowly as you
get
hold.
sleep. Sleep is very important. It's something that I don't
Slowly
get
straighten
enough
up, bit by bit, starting from your lower back.
of. But yeah, I went the entire weekend and my wrist just did not
Put
feel
your right leg forward and put your hands
So,
on your hips.
I'm like, hey mom, could you
Bend your
maybe
right knee and stretch out your
take
left
me
calf.
to the hospital? It's not better. And it turns out that I broke both bones of my wrist, like the hand portion and the arm portion.
Now switch legs.
Just clean. Like they were clean breaks.
Stretch slowly and do your best not to bounce. Bring yourself back slowly. Rotate your hands behind your back and grasp your
my
left
mom
wrist. While pulling your wrist
felt
to the
really
right,
bad about
lower
it.
your neck the same way.
So, in order to make me feel better, for leaving me a whole weekend with a broken wrist, she bought me Mario Party.
Bring
8.
your neck back up and stretch in the opposite direction as well. Stretch slowly. Don't overdo it.
Though, breaking my wrist was a secret blessing. Because, so I had my cast on, and, I was in the lunchroom,
Bring
right?
yourself
My
back
stuff.
slowly.
My bully decides to sit right across
And your
from
stretching
me.
is complete.
And for whatever reason,
Good job.
he calls me a Fruit Loop. And, you know, that kid had been bullying me for a while. And for some reason, calling me a Fruit Loop was as though he chose death. He chose that, he was gonna get his comeuppance that day. There we go. So, there was a really, really long hallway between the lunchroom and the rest of the school. And I followed him out, and I waited until he was at one end of the hallway, and I was at the other end. And I ran down that hallway, whipped my arm over my head, like, from the back up to the front in a circular motion, and conked him straight on the top of his head. Flipped him off, and then walked back to class. And, you know, I got a call from the principal's office, because, you know, I just assaulted a kid for calling me a Fruit Loop. And, I talked with the principal, and apparently this kid had been a problem for a lot of people. So, you know, the principal was like, Carson, did you hit this kid on the head? And I'm like, yeah, I did, you know. And he asked me why, and I'm like, well, you know, call me a Fruit Loop. And the principal looks at this kid and said, well, called him a Fruit Loop. Carson, go back to class. Basically saying, like, kid, you fucking deserved it. And that's the story of how I broke my wrist and got revenge on my bully because of it. I used my injury to my advantage.
確かこの辺に逃げたはず。
いた。嘘だろ。マジかよ。奇跡ってやつあるもんだね。
あら、何あんた。どうしてこんなところに？
いや、それが俺にも全くわからないんだけどさ。なんとなくわかるっていうかさ。
はあ？
それでさ、しつこいようで悪いけど、俺を元の時代に戻してほしいんだ。
ああ、その件はちょっと待って。今それどころじゃないのよ。
I guess the moral of that story is, get revenge. Beat up your bullies. They won't bully you anymore if you beat them up.
Heaven or hell. Duel 1. Let's rock.
There we go. Turns out, I just had to throw a backwards fireball. Ooh, and backwards fireball kick gives me like a really spicy kick. This just in, Carson's learning how to play the goddamn game. So this instant kill was actually one of her attacks in Guilty Gear XX. Want to get a picture of your D&D character dressed in Ino's outfit? I mean, it's great. Well, I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I want to draw Irina in Ino's new outfit for Guilty Gear Strive. Let's see if I can get a picture of that for you guys.
できないよ。
え？
正確にはあんただけ
Because
は
Ino's Guilty Gear Strive outfit is absolutely something that Arena would wear.
一体どういうことだよ。
あんたが戻れる元の時代はこの世界の記録にはないからさ。私と同じ過去と未来を失った放浪者。つまりぶっちゃけよくわからない。
Image in new tab.
何の話？
Here, I'm just gonna wait until I can, pause.
イノちゃんだ。こんなところまで追ってきたの？後でちゃんと帰るのに。
おいチャラ男、続きが聞きたかったら今は邪魔すんじゃない
Aw,
よ。
Ino thinks Axel is pretty. So yeah, this is Ino's new outfit for Guilty Gear Strive. And Arena would 1000% wear that. So that is something that I'm working on right now. Like, look at that fucking belt. I think that's what sold me on Arena wearing that. This is an instrumental version. This is an... Yeah, this is an instrumental version of a, vocal song. God, what song is this? Okay, well, now I am locked out of my instant kill, which may prove to be difficult for me, as, her goblin fortresses have leveled up, and I still don't know what that means even after playing as her. I need more tea.
下手に動けば自分自身に負担がかかんだよ。
自分だって不安定なくせに。
I mean, you might be correct, but
自分のことはよく知らないでしょ。彼は意地悪だから。
just because you're right doesn't mean you're not an asshole.
ないよね。
何言ってんだてめえ。
しょうがないな。
That's interesting.
理解した？それが本当のイノちゃんだよ。
ふざけんな。なんだこれは。
まだそんな強い感情を抱いていられるんだ。本当にすごい。生物の強い念が宿り、ただの物体が意志を持つことがある。それを魔気と呼ぶことは知ってるわね。聖戦時、人々が明日を求める願いの力はかつてないほどに強く、結果として
The people's desire for a brighter tomorrow was so strong that they created Ino out of the backyard. Like,
バックヤードはこれを世界を崩壊させるエラーと認識した。だから人の体にその意識を封じ込め、あらゆるイレギュラーな権限を与えることで
the people's will for a brighter tomorrow was so strong that it created a consciousness that they had to implant into a body. And that's what Ino is.
今それを体感したでしょ。あなたが明日という抽象的な未来に固執するのはそんな理由があるから。
つまり存在自体がイレギュラーってことかよ。あの男は私の力が欲しかったわけじゃない。ただ 目の届くところに置いときたかっただけ。
彼は意地悪だけど人を駒のようには使わないわ。あなたもレイブンも救おうとしているのよ。
まあいいさ。どうやらあんたたちそっち側の話よりも面白いことになりそうだ。私は世界の一部。世界は私の一部か。
Yeah, learning a little bit about the characters as we go, huh? Are you joining us again, Smokey? Oh, jeez. My stream manager is, like, super behind. Let's see if a refresh fixes that. There we go. Oh, also a little bit of announcement, but so the Guilty Gear Strive beta opens up again tomorrow. So if I can get it working, the beta opens at my usual stream time. So maybe there's going to be a surprise Guilty Gear stream tomorrow. If not, there'll be a surprise Guilty Gear stream on Friday. Either way, there's going to be an extra stream this week because of the Guilty Gear Strive beta. Because the whole reason I'm playing the Guilty Gear Xrd series is to get hype for Strive. I've also got to take a look at my list, because we just beat Eno. That means we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9... 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, yeah, we have 19 characters to go. For arcade modes, and then the rest of story mode. So that should carry us right to Strive's release date on June 11th. Actually, what day is June 11th? I think that's a Friday. Yeah, it is. So we have a month to beat Revelator. Jeez. So if that's the timeline that we have, I might have to do extra Guilty Gear streams. Because, let's see. Today, we beat... Where are you? Today we beat... Jacko and Eno. And we have about half an hour left, so we can go through a story and then beat Jam, so that's 3. Which means I need 6 more streams in order to, complete it. We have 1, 2, 3... Yeah, we only have 4 more streams to go. So we might have extra long Guilty Gear streams after this one. I have enough for a pull at the gacha, so let's try that out. I got an ordinary Japanese Hushen. Neat.
Story.
All right, more story. No, jeez. Try to cross my legs and I just destroy my laptop. It's just how it works.
それでソルは無事なのか？
あれに心配は無用だ。もっとも爆発の規模は無視できないがな。
Yeah, Cell's fine. That explosion though, fuck.
あの現象が一体何なのか。地震が発生しギアが現れる。
Also, Guilty Gear Strive is confirmed to have an English voice cast, so we get to hear the cool dub again.
断言はできんが。
I know some people have like really strong opinions of subs versus dubs, but like I like dubs for streaming specifically.
もう足踏みはやめよう。つい先日、ジャパニーズコロニーで原因不明の異変が起きた。続いてこの巨大ギアだ。
ああ、二つの事件の関連性を探った方が良さそうだな。
実はフィンランドの観測所から気になる報告があった。
フィンランド？
回答を先送りにしていたが、詳しく話を聞いた方がいいかもしれん。
なんでですか？一大事かもしれないんですよ。お願いします。とにかく霊王様に、いえ、科学顧問の方で構いません。一度お目通り願いたい。
Yeah, even Faust is here.
僕がポンコツ特化だからってバカにしてるのか。これでもイリュリアの防衛局だぞ。
それが本当ならこの門がどういうところかわかりますよね。正規の手続きを踏んだ上でお越しください。
だからそんな悠長なことを言ってる場合じゃないんだ。
なんであろうと事前に報告のない方を通すわけにはいきません。
報告報告って言ったのか。何回したと思ってんだ。ああ、もういいからそこを通す。
Fucking paperwork, am I right, guys?
片道の運賃しか持たないでここに来たんだ。それでもあんたがフィンランドまでの旅費を払ってくれるのか。
Hey, look at that! It's Leo Whitefang.
いいタイミングだ。いや、悪いのかもしれん。
Be gone, generic swordsman. The adults are talking.
ジャパニーズコロニー。かつて聖戦において日本人は絶滅の危機に瀕した。ここはその末裔が集まる。
So yeah, during the Crusades, Japan was fucking destroyed. So they had to make like a colony just so that the Japanese race wasn't vanquished, like wiped out. And they're like really receptive to ki energy because of course. So because of that, when like the magic stuff gets all crazy, they get sick.
治療がなされておったうぬとコロニーの住人には調律の異なる部分があるな。
それって悪いこと？
いや、これが住民の異常に関係するものだとすれば解決の糸口にはなる。
じゃあなんで難しい顔してるの？
時間だ。すべての住人の調律を正すには単純に時間がかかりすぎる。政府が言う世界の危機、そしてここのコロニー住人の異常に何か関係があるとすれば今から手を打っても遅い。慈悲なき刑事とやらが行動を起こせば一体ここで何が起きるのか。
これあげる。
Thank you for this anchor.
お守りだよ。海賊団はみんな持ってるんだ。コロニーは僕の両親のふるさとだから、それを守ってくれるお礼。
She's also got a heart J on her outfit because she loves Johnny.
あれはもう手に入らなくなってしまったからな。
日本ごめん、それロシア製なんだ。
ああ、いい。こちらの話だ。ありがたく頂戴しよう。
僕ね、今までジョニーや海賊団のみんなと毎日楽しく過ごしてたから、世界の終わりとか言われてもなんかピンとこなくてさ。でもなんかしなくちゃね。ちょっと出かけてくる。
いずこへ？
コロニーにはすごいパワースポットがあるって聞いたことがあるんだ。もしかしたら何かの役に立つかもしれないでしょ。
そうか、朗報を期待する。気をつけてな。
そっちこそちゃんとご飯食べるんだよ。ずっと食べてないんだから美容に悪いよ。
Bitch, you need to eat! Oh man, Kai looks really good in glasses. Holy shit.
報告はそれから聞こう。
早く終わらせろ。クソ柔らけい椅子で俺のケツが腐る前に。
暇ならシンたちを呼んで。
Saul Bad Guy does not like comfort.
一緒に夕食でもどうだ。
雑用を押し付ける気か。
こっちを代わってくれてもいいぞ。
そっちの椅子はケツが四角くなるだろう
が。だが大きな意義がある。
なぜ聞かねえ。
何をだ？
俺の過去だ。
聞いていいのか？
That was an option? Oh shit, great.
面白い話じゃねえ。二言目には勝負だのなんだの。あれほどやかましかったお前が。いや、お前だけが未だに何も聞かねえ。
あの頃はお前を剣で任すことしか考えていなかったからな。
Well, hey, here's the song that I covered.
それに月も落としたくなかった。
お前がそんな玉か。
言ってなかったが、こう見えて私は信心深いんだ。それ、私もお前の過去に興味がないわけではない。しかし、相手を理解したい気持ちと全てを知ることは違う。私にとっては、フレデリックという男の過去よりも、ソルバッドガイの未来の方が大事だ。
未来？そんなものがあると思うのか？この俺に。
I mean, God, it's like 2187 and you were a scientist in 2016. So, if anyone has a future, it's Saul Bad Guy. Of course Kai Kisk would be such a square that he keeps a bottle of whiskey as like decoration. So you didn't even take a drink of that. You didn't even tip it enough to actually be a drink. Meanwhile, Ramlethal.
短い間だけど、この場所ではたくさん違うを得た。今の私はここで生まれたんだ。
あ？その指の組み方。初めの頃 ラムはほとんど喋んなかったからな。仕草はよく見てたんだ。で、そのポーズは落ち着かない時だ。エルのことが心配なんだろう。じゃあ、俺と同じだ。いや、親父もみんなもエルのために頑張ってる。だから、そんな暗い顔すんなよ。
私はまだここの人間に受け入れられているわけじゃない。ほんの数日前まで人類の敵だったのだから。
まだそんなこと言ってんのか?
You're still worried that everyone thinks that you're a genocidal monster?
である事実は変わらない。正しく理解されるには時間がかかる。
まだガキだった頃、俺をバカにした連中がいたんだ。頭にきて、そいつらにちょっと仕返ししちまった。そしたらさ、親父に気絶するほど殴られた。でも最後はいじめっ子がやりすぎだって止めてくれたんだ。で、親父はなんて言ったと思う?
Man, these guys bullied me so hard that my dad started bullying me and they had to tear him away from me.
いや、それはどうなのっていう話なんだけど、なんていうかさ、その後そいつらとは仲良くなれたんだ。きっかけは簡単だった。お互いボロボロになった姿を見て笑っちまったんだ。
笑顔。
仲良くなるきっかけなんだ。
Sin, I don't know what to tell. That's not a happy memory.
考えるやつが難しくしちまうんだ。
シンは出会った時から私を笑わせたがってたね。エルが言ってた笑顔が人の幸せだって。シンは幸せと不幸の差がわかる？
え？ああ、頭使うのは苦手だぜ。
私もそう。人の幸福を定義することは難しい。私は多分今幸せなんだ。でもこの窓に映る私が笑うにはエルが足りない。
窓？
ここで得た時間は幸せで暖かかった。光のある世界。窓の向こうは冷たくて寒い暗い世界。暗い世界からは明るいここが見えてとても羨ましいんだ。でもこの光の世界から外を見てもそこに映るのは幸せな自分たちだけ。エルはずっとあっち側にいる。ここからは見えない暗い闇の中に。
飯だ。
Just gonna destroy the door and ask for food?
ああ、ギア細胞の最も優れている点は人並みに酔えることだ。
空腹ではない。
お前はエルフェルトとは違うな。あいつはまだ誰も気を許していねえ時から。はい、
今日の献立は何ですか？
まあ、勝手にしろ。だがその前に。
Break the window, Saul. I didn't mean it. I told you to break the window, and by God, you did.
窓一枚で人の幸福を隔てる。お前が壁だと思っているもの。
Ramlethal, I don't know how to articulate this in words, so I'm going to destroy your metaphor physically.
行きたいところに行ける。ダニー・ミサイルズだぞ。
Meanwhile, Bedman.
かかりました。
Alright. What's next on the gameplay docket? Jam, right. Jam's down there, right? Yeah. Honestly, if I wanted to jam through this super quickly, I could have just picked stylish, but whatever.
貯金箱は羽のように軽く。目をつけていた男もほんのちょっと手が届かなくなった。彼女はむしゃくしゃしていた。
Restaurant's gone, she's out of money, and the guy that she likes is out of her reach. This is a story about revenge. She's gonna take out her frustrations on everyone. And our first opponent is Kai's son. What do we have for super? Oh god, that's a lot of supers. Backwards, forwards, slash, heavy slash, and... okay. Was that extension? Punch, okay. Catch you later, Ashen Hunter. Glad you could join us today. There we go. Meanwhile, Jacko's sweeping the floor with her hair.
あなたは料理に気分転換中。お前、賞金首か？独創的な挨拶ね。この世界の女は半々の確率で賞金首やろ。私、生まれる世界を間違ったかしら。で、その料理人さんがどうしてまた賞金首なんかにご用を？手っ取り早く体験所に入るの。私を追ってきたわけじゃなさそうね。で、結局お前何よ。ただの家出。そう、あなたと同じで気分転換ってとこかしら。ねえ、よかったら少しの間。
Why don't we talk with our fists? No, we're gonna beat up Zato. It's fine. Come on. I won't fall for your traps, Trap Man. I fell for his trap. That was a lot further back than I thought. Come on. Oh, that was a grab. Jeez. I punched her so hard my follow-up couldn't actually hit her. Oh, it didn't land. Okay. There we go. I want some. I want some egg fried rice in my life. You know, Jen's broken vocabulary has got me wondering, like, we got people from all over the world here. How do they all understand each other? Like, May's Japanese, Saul's American, Kum Hae-hyun is Korean, like... Do they all speak the universal languages of Japanese and English? I think Melia is Russian or something, too. I beat you up, so now you work for me. That's how it works. That's how you works. Ooh, we're gonna beat up good old Kai Kisk. Oops. Come on. Keep forgetting my dust attack. Ooh, I launched myself so hard that I hit the side of the screen. Whoops. Oh, you know what? I think I have to wait for the opponent to fall into range. I think that's my failing. I'll charge my chi and then lightly tap you. That's how you win. When you find a nice woman, you learn about her, then find a nicer woman. The nicer woman is Jam, apparently. Beat up Kai, now I'm gonna beat up his wife. It's just how this world works.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
Listen, Dizzy, I don't know how many times I need to say Hua-cha before you die. So just, you know, fall down. Take the L. I don't know what the angle coefficient is.
大金が欲しいって言ってたけど、あなたはお金が必要なの？店がすっとんだからね。この間ので3軒目。すっと、3軒？大したことないね。よく。
So in Guilty Gear XX, Jam also wanted money to build a restaurant. So she collected the bounty on Dizzy, because everyone wanted her dead, and then she just kind of went away. And yeah, she falsely collected the bounty by saying that she beat up Dizzy, and then she made a restaurant.
Heaven or hell. Duel. One. Let's rock.
Come on. If you're a nice person, Bedman, you'll let me beat you up. On the grounds that I want it. Aw, too early. Anti-grab! Bedman, you dick!
お前はなんで嫌でしたか？特に理由はないわ。他にもいろいろない。いろいろ。それはお前が半分人間だからか？半分ってどうして知ってるの？木でわかるよ。なぜかお前の毛は普通の半分。驚いたわ。あなた気の使い手でもあるのね。残りの半分を探してるか？ないものを探してるわけじゃない。
So if I remember correctly, Guilty Gear operates on the rules that, like, there are, I believe, 5 elements? There's, fire, thunder, water, wind, and ki. And if I remember correctly, Saul and Kai are fire and thunder. Anji Mito is wind. We don't know who the water one is, and I don't recall who the key one is. Because I don't think it's specifically Jam.
私は自分を否定していないだけ。何かが違う。新手の謎か？そう、謎かもね。私 私はこの辺で別の道に行こうかな。短い間だったけど楽しかったわ。
そうか。じゃあツアーの代金はつけとくね。
あなたのそういうバイタリティ本当に見習いたいわ。
さっきの謎答え。
What's the answer, Jam?
普通のことすればいい。世界を救うね。
Just do what's normal. Save the world.
セントリックなのよね。
特別なことないやろ。みんな普通にやってるよ。食う、寝る、遊ぶ。ああ、働かなくちゃ食えないから仕事もか。
それでどうやって世界を救うの？
そのままでいいよ。ただ生きる。生きてる間は世界があるね。ほら、世界を救ってる。
What a nuanced opinion.
自分の日常を守る。
As long as you live, the world is there. Once you die, you can no longer observe it. So it's not there.
それあなたの哲学？面白い。半分人間の私が世界を救えるかしら。
誰でもできるといいんだね。ちょっとかかってくるよろしい。
Heaven or hell, duel, one, let's rock.
Oof. Gotta cross the stage, please. Wait a minute. Which way? Yo, welcome back, Marcus. You're just in time for the final battle. God damn it, I'm so jealous of your tacos. Actually, I'm gonna pull out some ground beef from the freezer tonight so that I can have tacos for dinner tomorrow. Did I not get tacos last night like I said I was gonna? No, I didn't. What did I have for dinner last night? I had rice and salad for dinner last night. Man, that was a shitty meal. Tonight I had this spicy beef that I like to order from a restaurant around here. It's Dan Dan, but not with noodles. She just end herself. You know.
早く追うことができなければ飢える。でも人は違う。より長く走り続けられるやつが強く生き残る。だからちょっと気分を発散したらいつもの自分に戻る。
Mighty Ducks is on Hulu? Which Mighty Ducks? It like the live action movies or the animated series? Okay. Because the animated series was a huge departure. They're doing a Mighty Ducks TV series on Disney Plus? Okay.
おかち持ちから出直しよ。
And Emilio Estevez is in it as Bombay? Dang. The only thing I can remember about the Mighty Ducks is like, here come the Mighty Ducks, tearing up the ice. Also, oddly enough, when you said Emilio Estevez, I didn't actually think of Emilio Estevez. I thought of Sheen Estevez from Jimmy Neutron. We need a Jimmy Neutron reboot. the next generation deserves to know of our boy Carl Weezer. Charlie Sheen's brother? Okay. Motherfucker. Is that why he's called Sheen Estevez and Jimmy Neutron? As a combination of Charlie Sheen and Emilio Estevez? Me neither. I just thought of that now. Yes, but the not knowing is what kills me. If that's a coincidence, that's a hardcore coincidence. Can we not get another spin-off like Planet Sheen? Are you saying that you don't want Carl Weezer's Llama Land? Exactly. But no, Planet Sheen was legitimately bad. Who looked at Sheen and thought, you know, out of all the characters, Sheen needs a spin-off? Yeah, like, I could have understood if they were like, okay, let's do an Ultra Lord spin-off. That, you know, that would have made sense. Maybe Sheen appears as, like, a sidekick or something. But the show would have to be about Ultra Lord. Another Danny Phantom? I'd be down for another Danny Phantom series if, like, none of the... Well, I wouldn't say none. If it's, like, set far into the future and the original cast only appears as, like, cameos. Oh, Butch Hartman absolutely fucking sucks. God, like, from tracing stuff as his $200 commissions to that whole Oaxis thing that he was trying to, like, pump. I'm just... He doesn't exist. Hatsune Miku made Danny Phantom. Right, Marcus? Like, God. Oh, absolutely, Marcus, like... Man... It's hard for stuff like that not to taint your childhood, you know? It's like, oh man, I love this thing, but the guy who made it is such a piece of shit. Trans Danny stuff to piss off Butch Hartman? Oh man. Art done out of spite is, you know, usually pretty great. So. Still haven't gotten any new stuff for my, little boy here. Also accidentally pulled a single. There we go, I need 10. Ooh, I got the ultra rare. I got a buy Ken Lobby Av. Oh, jeez, I didn't even notice that. I also got May's avatar head. But I got the system voice for May. So I'm gonna... Well, first of all, I'm gonna swap out from Leo to someone else. I'll do May. There we go. I'm super unique. Look at me in my coolness. I'm also gonna swap out the system voice to May. That's stuck, right? I don't know if it's stuck. Oh well. We will find that out next time. Because not only is it the usual ending time, but I also kind of have to pee. Tomorrow you're doing chicken strips and fries? Ooh, that sounds great. I've started learning how to deep fry, and all of my food tastes better because of that. So, I mean, I'm definitely doing tacos tomorrow. But you know what else we're doing tomorrow? Guilty Gear Strive has an open beta that starts tomorrow. Make sure when doing chicken or fish to double batter. Okay. I do have some beer in tilapia. I could probably make myself some fish and chips. That's an idea. I'm definitely making tacos tomorrow, though. That, or I'm going to go buy tacos. Egg, then flour/batter, then egg, then flour. Okay, interesting. I'll try that out. But yeah, what else is on the docket? I've updated the schedule. So on Saturdays, we are just fucking going all out on Pokemon. We're doing Pokemon Yellow at noon, and we're going to be doing Pokemon Snap in the evening. That way I can finally finish Pokemon Yellow and go right to Paper Mario afterwards. I'm not doing Thousand Year Door, I'm doing the N64 one, because that's my favorite. But I'll be playing it on, like, Wii U, because Paper Mario on Nintendo 64 is a very expensive cartridge for me, and I don't want to risk getting a reproduction cart trying to get, like, the legitimate one for a decent price. So we're playing it on Wii U after we're done Pokemon Yellow. But hey, if I can get the Guilty Gear Strive beta working, I'll see you guys tomorrow. If not, I'll see you guys on Friday. Catch you later.